Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sonia, and if you're new here, thank you very much for stopping by. I already have you in the car with me because we are headed to Fort Worth. I recently had a birthday, and my ATF, that is my afternoon tea friend, was kind enough to gift me with, and us actually, because she'll be there too, gift me with afternoon tea at the Ashton Hotel in downtown Fort Worth. Now, I have never been there, and even as close as Fort Worth is, for those of you who don't know, it's about 35 miles west of Dallas. Even as close as that, I just don't ever get over to Fort Worth as nearly as often as I would like to, because I love that city. So this will be a real treat. The Ashton is a boutique hotel located on Main Street in downtown Fort Worth. It's an easy walk to Sundance Square, which is a closed-off venue for pedestrians, and it's about a block or two away from the beautiful Bass Performance Hall as well. Now, tea is served at the Ashton from 2 to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. You do need reservations, and be aware you probably will need to valet for your car. Now, finding a parking space can be a challenge, especially on a Saturday. We were given a table by the window, which was very nice. The menu varies by season. We had the fall or autumn menu, and all of the tea listed appeared to be flavored. So we have our strainer, which means they'll have loose leaf. And we have rough sugar cubes. That looks nice. And lovely china. And a complimentary glass of champagne.
And I'm also going to get y'all started with that first course.
Okay. The starter of butternut squash bisque whets the appetite, and it was excellent. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. I opted for the coconut Assam tea since there was no choice of Earl Grey or English breakfast. ATF got the plumberry black. She liked it. Thank you. This looks to be the Southwestern tamale with tomatilla dipping sauce, I guess. And the sweet apple walnut and smoked chicken salad. There were no less than 6 items on the savory course, including a tamale. I'm not quite sure how to eat that. It's interesting. Okay, once unwrapped, this is what the Southwestern vegetable tamale looks like. You can tell this is definitely a Texas tea. I'm not quite sure what to do with the dipping sauce. I think I'm going to sort of ladle it over it a little bit. It's hard to know how to pick this out. This is a very full tea tray. All of the items were okay, but a little awkward to handle. I would have preferred 3 savories with a flavor wow factor instead of 6 that were pretty to look at, but tasted just meh. So no finger sandwiches per se, but everything is more open-faced. It falls apart pretty easily. It's a little awkward to eat for that reason. Here we go, last on this dish, the grilled eggplant and spaghetti squash with fire-roasted San Marzano's goat cheese on white bread. Again, just a little awkward. It's heavy. Okay, bottom tier is the aged prime rib and Gruyere savory tart. It's very pretty. No, I don't think I really care for that. Baby spinach and wild mushroom. Let's see what this is like. Oh, it's hot. It's nice and hot. Oh, that's too big. I don't think I really care for this very much. I'm tasting mostly pastry. Now we're waiting on our scones, and we have fresh plates for them. That's a nice touch. I have had to ask for milk for my tea. And I'm waiting. Our table was very small for all the items on it. It was a bit of a Tetris board to get them all to fit. And what do we have here? Can you tell us what we have?
Those are the dippings.
All right.
This one.
Oh, clotted cream. Okay. I suspect what they call clotted cream was more like a mock Devonshire cream, which is sweetened, unlike real clotted cream. The cinnamon nutmeg scones were very American in that they were big, flavored, and sweet. Definitely American scones. Okay, I'm going to go in for this, what does not look like clotted cream, actually. They are calling it that, so let's see. It's good, but it's not clotted cream. The lemon curd and apple butter that also came with it were good, but also sweet. Regular unsalted butter might have been a better choice to balance the scone sweetness. So everything is very sweet. As for the desserts, the apple turnover was very flaky, but dry. But the pumpkin tarts were fairly tasty, as were the mini cheesecakes. Okay, so back home now for a what do we think about that? Well, I think overall the Ashton is a lovely hotel. It was nice to be able to visit downtown Fort Worth again. I have missed that. That was fun. The wait staff at the hotel is very professional. They were pleasant. They were very friendly, and that was very nice. Hot water was always available for our little teapots to refresh our teapots if we wanted. The room we were in was nice, but the space felt crowded. It was a little difficult to maneuver. You know, our table was so small. It was kind of hard to get everything to fit really well. There was a bit of juggling that had to go on. So that was not great. There was no plain black tea offered, which I would have preferred rather than everything being flavored. There were no finger sandwiches. Everything was lovely looking. It was really pretty, but it was a bit on the awkward side to eat. It was just a little hard to know how to handle it, what to do with it. Like for instance, the tamale tasted great, but I don't think of a tamale on an afternoon tea tray. That's proof right there. This is not a traditional afternoon tea. Also, just about everything required a knife and fork. And for afternoon tea, I think of it as it's finger food. So you really shouldn't need a knife except to spread your cream and jam on your scone. You don't really need a knife, or you shouldn't need a knife to split your scone. That should be broken apart. But when they're so large, like the ones we tend to make here, it's a little difficult to do that. Also, a fork really shouldn't be needed unless you have a large piece of cake at the end of your afternoon tea. So overall, would I recommend it? Would I go again? I would recommend it with the caveat that people understand this is not a traditional afternoon tea. This is not finger sandwiches and the smaller bite-sized items of things. And if you're okay with that, then you may love this. Also, would I go again? I wouldn't rush. I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't rush to do it. I think something that's important to remember is sometimes when we try to go a little too fancy or put too many frills on things, we kind of lose the elegance of simplicity. And afternoon tea should be both those things. It should be both simple and elegant. And I think, sometimes less is more. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Have you been to the Ashton? Did you like it? Would you go again? After watching this video, would you be interested in going? And if you like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, give it a like, and consider subscribing for more tea videos. Until next time, bye-bye.